Welcome everyone to section 2.4, drafting your business foundational documents. This is going to be one of the longest videos we make in this series. It's so important. It cannot be skipped. I know I say this about a lot of the videos, but this has to be receiving your undivided attention at some point before you even launch your business, because this is where your business begins to take shape beyond the idea stage. These documents become your compass, aligning your mission, your message, and your internal systems. They don't have to be perfect at first, but you need something on paper that brings clarity to how you operate and why you exist. So let's buckle up, because this is going to be a long presentation, but we have a lot to cover. Think of these documents as your decision tools. When you're stuck or uncertain, you can always come back to them to get centered. You don't need to write a novel, just be clear and direct. And a great tool to use is the SMART criteria. Be specific, have things that are measurable, that are achievable, relevant and realistic, and time-bound. Saying, I'm going to grow my business. That's not a goal. I'm going to gain 5 clients in 3 months, making X amount of dollars. Well, there you go. That's a SMART type of goal to make. So as you form this document, these foundational papers that formulate your business, keep that criteria in mind. Let's begin with the mission statement. Your mission statement is your business's why. It should express the core purpose behind everything you do in plain, powerful language. Don't overthink it. 1 or 2 strong sentences, maybe 3, are enough to guide big decisions. Your mission statement tells the world why your business exists. It should be focused and purpose-driven, and avoid buzzwords and keep it as concise as possible. Here's a few examples. I'll pull it off from the internet. Notice how they're short and confident and purpose-driven. Starbucks. To be the premier purveyor of the finest coffee in the world, inspiring and nurturing the human spirit. Wow, I love it. 1 person, 1 cup, and 1 neighborhood at a time is fantastic. They give you a sense of the brand's identity right away. And that's what your mission statement should do too. Look at Apple's. To bring the best user experience to its customers through its innovative hardware, software, and services. Fantastic. Your vision statement is your destination. We talked about mission statement of why I exist. Now you're answering, well, what do we want to become? What are we working toward in the future? Not just where I am today. You got to think long term. You got to be bold. This is your chance to paint a picture of your ideal future. Strong vision statements, they inspire people. They're aspirational, but they're still grounded in the company's identity. Here's some examples that spark ideas. But you want to keep your version authentic to your own goals. I like Nike's. To remain the most authentic, connected, and distinctive brand. That's pretty broad to me. That's where they want to go. And it says nothing about shoes. It's very interesting. And sometimes I find companies will combine a vision and mission statement all at once. Coca-Cola. Our vision is to craft the brands and choice of drinks that people love, to refresh them in body and spirit, and done in ways that create a more sustainable business and better shared future that makes a difference in people's lives, communities, and our planet. This is the Littleton Advisory Foundational document. Even had a spiral bound. It's not thick, right? Let me share with you an example of our vision and our mission statement. At Littleton Advisory Group, our mission is to guide small businesses and even music educators, because I have a background in music, as well as accounting, and nonprofits along their financial pathway, turning confusion into clarity and uncertainty into confident direction. Through expert bookkeeping, advisory services, and strategic coaching, those are measurable activities, we help clients build stronger operations, make smarter decisions, and move forward with purpose. With integrity and a steady hand, we are not in the numbers business, we are in the trust business, navigating your entrepreneurial endeavors together. A little bit longer mission statement, but I liked everything that we had to say. That may be revised as we go along, but it's all in one document. Let's go here to the next slide. The core values are the beliefs that guide how you treat clients. This is how you're going to make decisions. Here's how you're going to lead. You have to keep them authentic. You can't have just slogans. You can't be the person that wants to do a dog and pony show and just sound good, but you don't know how to deliver. Get down to your core values, because this is where you'll use them in hiring, leading, and communicating. They are your business's moral compass. These values should actually mean something, not just be pretty words. Keep them short, specific, and actionable. Here's an example of values we use here at Littleton Advisor Group. I took the word navigate because that's part of our mission statement and part of our tagline, navigating your business journey together. And we took the word navigate and we created this acronym that embody the various values that we think are important, such as clarity, accountability, the type of service we're going to be delivering. We want real value there. We don't want to just be busybodies. We need integrity. And that goes right along with that A over there, authenticity. We want a growth mindset for ourselves and for clients, and transparency. And of course, empathy, because you're dealing with people's livelihoods, you're dealing with people's passions and dreams, and you want to guide them on that journey. Create you some core values. This will keep the boat steady as you move forward as a business. Next, you got to deal with the ideal client profile, the ICP. Define who your product and service is built for. Be specific. Who are they? What do they need? How do they make buying decisions? If you try to reach everyone, you'll connect with no one. Clarity here makes your marketing and the messaging 10 times easier. Be clear. For instance, no one's coming to Littleton Advisory Group because they have a $15 million company. So it's not who we're targeting. We're clearly targeting the small business startup, the small business owner that has got $1.5 million gross sales but wants to advance a little further, needs help with processes, needs help with bookkeeping, needs help with forecasting. So we have that ideal client in mind, and it helps us tailor programs like this that we're delivering on YouTube for those individuals. Now, these descriptions, they help you explain what you sell, not just to clients, but to yourself. It's so easy to get distracted early on as a business owner. Oh, I can go do this. I can sell this. I can provide this service. And everything that you are focused on in those first few years, lean and mean, right? Your offer should be outcome focused and easy to understand. In our foundational little document here, I have a whole section that says service product descriptions. And I have them listed out. And then page number. I can go to that page number and I can remind myself this is what we're focused on. This is what we're doing, because I love having ideas. Well, I can go do this. Stay focused on what your original plan was until you're certain that you can expand and it still fits in with your mission. Every product or service you offer needs a clear, concise description. Write it like you're explaining it to someone with zero background. Include what's part of that service or product, who it's for, and what outcome they can expect. Porter's value chain. If you've been around any business classes, you've ran across Michael Porter. Matter of fact, in an earlier video, we talked about Michael Porter. But this is his analogy of the value chain. What is the primary function of the business? And then what are the supporting activities that make the primary activities happen? Granted, his paradigm here is built around manufacturing, but it's quite easily substituted into service-based businesses because you're providing a service. And you got to understand in your documentation, this foundational documents of your business, outlining what's the primary focus of your business, and then what are the other activities in your business that are all focused on making those primary functions occur. Pricing, structure, or logic. This isn't just about the numbers. That's a whole different ball game. We're talking about what's the logic that you're using to arrive at your pricing. Your pricing needs to reflect your value and your cost and your brand identity. For instance, my brand identity with Littleton Advisor Group is small businesses that are starting up, they're expanding. If I'm charging $10,000 a month to help you with fractional CFO services, that's probably not fitting in with my clientele or my brand, because the people that we're targeting, remember that ideal client profile, They don't have $10,000 a month to pay someone, typically. Those at the higher end, maybe, but most people on the lower end, they're making $100,000 in their first year of gross sales. You don't have $10,000 to pay for that. You've got $500 a month. And so our pricing is done aligned with our values and the values of the target customer that we're wanting to serve. You want to write down your logic so you can explain it confidently and adjust it intentionally later on. Brand positioning is how you want to be perceived. What makes you different? What kind of tone do you use? This will influence everything from emails to onboarding. Brand positioning defines how you stand out in the market. It includes your tone, your personality, and your voice. Don't just say you're innovative. You're going to have to show how that shows up in your service, speed, or support. Benefits matter more than slogans. So in your brand positioning that you're going to write out a few paragraphs, give examples of what your email tone, a template, is going to look like. Competitive overview. We've mentioned this briefly, but you want to know what your competitors are doing. It doesn't mean you're obsessing over them. It just means you understand your lane. List a few major players, what they do well and where they fall short. Then clearly define how you fill a gap or improve on their model, and take a look back at Porter's 5 forces. Go look that diagram up online, print it out, take a look at it because it'll shape the way you think about things. Your policies and procedures manual is your operational rulebook. I have a whole section here. Policies and procedures. I have general company policies, human resources, client engagement protocols, data management and security. I have technology and systems usage. What kind of tech stack are we going to use? They don't have to be perfect, but they need to be outlined in some capacity so you know what you're working towards. Make sure you have HR procedures in place. I have ran into several small businesses that have 10, 15, 20 employees, and their HR procedures are not written out. Go ahead and start that up front. Have your act together before day one. You don't have to complete all of these at once. Just get a rough outline started and build from there. And make a list of every function that your business needs now, and perhaps will in the future. From sales to bookkeeping to ordering and requisition. Assign a name to it. Them, even if that name is yours for now, probably is you. You're probably doing everything. I know what it's like to be a one-man show and a small business owner, from being the janitor to the marketing person and the accounting person. But still list it out so you have those job descriptions, and build those job descriptions not around you, but around what's needed in that role, so that when you go to expand your business and hire someone to fill that role, you already have developed what is expected in that particular position. This gives clarity. It reveals bottlenecks and prepares you to delegate or outsource as you grow. These documents may seem like back office work, but they're foundational. They clarify who you are, what you stand for, and where you're going. When things get messy or you hit a crossroad, they give you something to come back to. So take your time now with them. Build them out. Take a whole weekend and really think through each one of these steps. And in the future, they'll guide you with everything that follows.